Hey y'all! This is Colin and Jackson. And we have previously talked about the Raleigh and Daytona stops. And now we're gonna talk to you about the Atlanta, aka Hotlanta stop. The school that we were originally there for was Morehouse College, and we were there to talk about their discriminatory policy towards their trans and gender variant folks on campus, which they in their policy, which they passed after the 2008 ride, was so graciously welcomed on campus. Their policy that they passed was saying that you could not wear what is considered women's garb on campus,
Along with urban clothing.
along with urban clothing, which really, it's
It's not the same thing.
it's not the same thing.
Because their view was they were trying to make their Morehouse men.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, Morehouse is an all-male campus.
Yeah, and it's also historically black college and university as well.
They're trying to make their men look professional, and I can understand the urban clothing not looking professional.
Mm-hmm.
But women's garb can be professional, and so the reason we were there is because they were discriminating against gender identities and expression.
Mm-hmm. And I also think that nothing is hotter than a male in a power suit and some heels. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, like we met with a few administration and two students, the presidents of the GSA.
Yeah, the vice president of their GSA called Safe Space, which I think we all kind of had a couple of words to say to him, because like Safe Space signed off in support of the policy. But we had a really good conversation about that. And in our Daytona Beach stop, we talked about stepping up again and holding schools accountable, the schools that let us on campus, and that is exactly what we did at Morehouse. Again, Morehouse, we brought it.
Yeah. So they tried to give us a campus tour, and about 5 minutes into it, Colin and I decided we're done.
We're like, and we're done.
So we went to the student building that we were going to be meeting in that evening, and actually found two students and had like a 2-hour-long conversation with them, just about the policy and the environment of campus and everything, and just to get a feel for Morehouse.
Yeah, and the feel for Morehouse for me, Jackson, was like kind of devastatingly awesome, if that makes sense.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of gay people at Morehouse.
There's a lot of really queer folks on the Morehouse campus, but which is awesome. But what was devastating for me about it is like the social infrastructure of the queer community on that campus. Like a lot of the students that we talked to, were like, people have stopped being friends with us or stopped talking to us because, they said that I am so effeminate.
Yeah, and like those students also get harassed by their school cops. Like, if they wear a bag wrong, even if it's not a woman's bag, they are told to wear it a different way. If they wear heels to class, they're told to go change.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff. But I'm really excited because the two students that we spent so long talking to, they were both freshmen.
I love them.
And they are just like, wait till we're seniors. They're like, the fact that we're so out has empowered upperclassmen to be more out, and so they're just going to be changing things just by being
authentic with who they are, which is so awesome.
Yeah. And then they had that ball.
We had a chance to
just hang out in the safe space.
Yeah, hang out in the safe space and be a part of Morehouse history. And the fact that this, the ball that we went to is called the First House of More Ball.
Well, it was the First House of More Ball.
Yeah. Did I not say that?
You said it was called that.
Yeah. The ball was the First House of More Ball. Thanks, Jackson. And, it was really historical, and that was really awesome that we got a chance to partake in that and experience that. Because it was the first ball that was collectively organized and publicized by a Morehouse club.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
And it was at a YMCA, which was just really interesting.
Yeah, it was at a YMCA, which was really interesting. But the music was bumping,
Yeah.
and I met some amazing people who I still keep in contact to today.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
I'm really sad that we had to leave early.
I know! We left right as it was getting good.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Donnie and having to get sleep.
I know, right? But seriously, the Donnie's amazing.
Yeah. And then, was that the same day that we went to Agnes Scott?
Yeah, the night of the ball was that we went to Agnes Scott College.
Yeah, we went to Agnes Scott simply because they wanted to feed us and have a queer person of color panel.
Which, if you ever get the chance to like be fed by Agnes Scott College, go.
Yeah.
Because literally, that was the best cafeteria food I have eaten in my life. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. I think, personally, I think Oakland's food was actually the best. Their vegan food.
Yeah, their vegan food was bombing. Yeah.
Anyway, so Agnes Scott, there's a lot of queer people on Agnes Scott, and, trans guys and stuff, but they still haven't like figured out how to deal with trans people on Agnes Scott campus, and so that's something that we were talking to them about as well. And then the next day we went to Spelman, which is the sister college of Morehouse.
Oh,
in
Spelman.
AUC. And they were having a conference, and do you remember much about that?
The conference was about sexuality
And femininity.
and femininity.
Feminist theory.
Yeah, feminist theory, sexuality, and like something about fluidity.
Sexual fluidity.
Yeah, sexual fluidity. There we go. And feminist thought.
Yeah.
And we had Lindsay and Darren represent on the panel and break it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was amazing.
And then we hung out in Atlanta.
In Hotlanta.
Yeah, I walked around. I was gonna get something pierced, but I couldn't find a shop close enough.
I got to hang out with my friend Mia Mingus that night, and we ate barbecue at some random park where there was a lot of folks, and it was cool.
Yep.
So Atlanta was amazing.
And then we traveled to lovely Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh, Jackson.